Hey, we're working on O Shenandoah from 10 old-time tunes for baritone ukulele. This is the tutorial video. There's a performance video elsewhere for you to watch. This one, I'll be going slow and pointing things out and showing you how it's put together. So I wrote it out twice. They're almost the same, but the second one's got a little more decoration on it. And when you perform it, you can go back and forth between the two or whatever you want to do. The first time through, I use a really common technique for me, which is I play the melody, and then whenever the chords change, I add as much of the chord along with melody as I can. People tend to think that the term chord melody means you play a chord on every beat for every melody note. And you can do that, but the ear doesn't need that to get the information. If you play the tune and then just add a chord here and there, it gives quite a bit of musical information, and it's enough for the ear to figure out what's going on. So that's what's happening the first time. The second time, I add some more picking in order to fill out the sound, but same tune, same chords. So. So notice pretty much every time the chord changes, I add chord notes to the melody. If the melody is quite low on the instrument, I might only be able to get one or maybe two chord notes below the melody. I often don't play a note higher than the melody because it will confuse the ear what the tune is. So right away at the beginning when we have as the melody, that melody note's an open G note. I can only add one other string below it. So the chord for that one is just two strings at that moment. And then when we go up to the melody note is open and it's a C chord. So at that moment, that's the melody note, and I can get all four strings underneath it. So when I can get all four strings, I do. So. And try to let the chord notes ring through the measure. Just get two notes as well, but that's all we need. And just two notes there as well. So do you hear how your ear, that's all it really needs to understand the structure. So now we'll go on here, second page, a few more picking patterns, a couple, maybe a slide or a pull off or two, we'll see. Get another chance at that. So the challenge with that is to have the melody speak through even when this other stuff is in between it. So like when we go I might play the melody notes louder and then let the picking in between be a little softer. Yeah, so there's a little bit more about O Shenandoah and how I arranged it. Feel free to send me an email if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.